Today we're going to take a look at a badass integrated graphics chipset from the year 2008. AMD's 790GX, which featured the ATI 3300 GPU. It had 40 unified shaders, which clocked up to 700 megahertz under 3D applications. It supported all the modern goodies like DirectX 10 graphics, HDR lighting, and it completely dominated the competition from Intel and Nvidia. But the question remains, can you actually game on it? Our test system today is the Asus M4A78TE motherboard with AMD Phenom X6 1100T processor and 8 gigabytes of DDR3 memory running at 1600 megahertz. Portal, fun game from the year 2007. We're going to be running at 1280 by 720 resolution using mostly high settings, even HDR lighting and anisotropic filtering. And let's do some space age acrobatics using space age handheld portal cannon. The kind of stuff that you wish you could do this in real life. Getting good performance mostly in the 40s, sometimes drops below 40 into the high 30s, but mostly 40s and 50s. No problem at all for the ATI 3300. And let's answer the all-important question, can it run Crysis? We're using 1280 by 720 resolution, all the settings set to low. Look at that Korean guy. Looked like he was taking a piss there for a second. Let's sneak up on him, teach him a lesson. Do you know what happens to people who take a piss in public? Do you know you're not supposed to do that? Bad Korean. Take that. Let's take care of his buddies too. Don't want to leave him hanging. That's better. So we're getting performance mostly in the 20s. Sometimes 30 if you're looking out into the ocean. And when there's special effects on screen, it drops down to the 14 and 15. So that's the kind of performance you can expect in the second half of the game. Fallout 3, 1280 by 720 resolution and using the low settings preset, but with the all-important HDR lighting. Why? Because HDR lighting is required for you to be able to see the all-important Nuka-Cola Quantum bottles. Whereas without HDR, it just looks like some garbage that you walk right past it and not even know it was there. So we're walking around the capital wasteland, enjoying the nice, fresh, clean, radioactive air after a nuclear war, enjoying the scenery. Or you would be if a bunch of asshole raiders weren't trying to kill you. Let's go take care of those raiders first. Where did he go? There you are. Let's take care of the rest of them. There's a guy you can barely see off in the distance. And this is where that VAT functionality comes in handy. Because 25 frames per second is not really the best way to be walking around shooting baddies. Stalker, clear sky, using static lighting, 1280 by 720 resolution, detail setting set to minimum. So we're out in the swamps, enjoying nature, going for a nice little walk. There's a nice little compound. Let's go check out who's there. And we got some bandits, aka renegades. Let's go say hi to him. Oh, he didn't like that. It's not very friendly. And you can see the amazing bullet ballistics of Stalker Clear Sky. It just goes randomly. The guy flinches and becomes invincible. Although it is funny when you shoot someone and like they keep firing a gun for a split second. Who shot me? Who shot me and where did you go? I'll get you later. Let's take care of this guy. So we get a nice, smooth, solid 50 to 60 frames per second. Occasional drops below 15 to the 40s. I guess turning on your flashlight drops into the 30s. See that? Flinching. He's invincible. So other than the funny bullet ballistics and damage modeling, it's a pretty fun game and we're getting pretty decent performance. Could definitely enjoy the gameplay. Far Cry 2, 1280 by 720 resolution, setting set to low. So walking around the African savannah with a flamethrower. Frame rate mostly in the 30s. There's a bad guy who wants some of this. I picked up a grenade. I think I shall use it right about now. Ah, too bad. Too bad that guy wasn't there. Let's flame this guy. So yeah, occasional dips into the mid-20s when you're busy using a flamethrower. Can't answer the phone now. I got flaming to do. Look at those plants. They look mildly suspicious. They look like drugs. This is all part of the drug war. War on drugs. Let's go burn some more drugs. I don't think they're the flammable kind. The grass is burning, trees are burning, drugs not burning. Civilization 5 from the year 2010. For video options, running at 1280 by 800 resolution and using all the settings set to low. Shadows disabled. So we're playing as Washington of the American Empire. The year is 1440 AD. And we have spread democracy to most of the continent as is appropriate. We have defeated evil Germany and that annoying guy who talks with a lisp. What's his name? Rama something. Rama not living anymore. Looking at details close up, you can see Los Angeles somewhere down where Mexico is. That's where Los Angeles wants to be. Chicago, somewhere up in the mountains. Seattle was too wimpy to live next to evil Germany, so they decided to settle on the East Coast. Washington is somewhere where it should be. New York is also in the appropriate place. Boston, not far away from Washington. Atlanta, somewhere up in Maine. Philadelphia was brave and settled right next to Germany. Alright, he's a terrorist little terrorist boat. Let's see what this guy's gonna do. And of course, the barbarian terrorists attack American ships.
The waves are always on the side of the ablest navigators.
Alright, let's take care of this barbarian here. Boom! That's what happens when you mess with America. So on the other continent we have Russia at war with India. And well, as you can see, we're getting 20 to 25 frames per second when you can't actually see the entire continent. But overall, this is not a fast-paced action game, so it's surprisingly playable. Borderlands, great game from the year 2009. And in real life, this one actually made me upgrade to a Radeon 6950. But let's see how integrated graphics sort of handle it. We got 800 by 600 resolution, settings set to low or disabled, whichever one's lower. So we're playing as a treasure hunter on an alien planet. A planet which has funky cel-shaded graphics. Originally I thought the cel-shaded graphics were lame, but it actually kind of grows on you. Adds a unique character to the game. So we're getting performance in the 30s and 40s. Sure, it looks blocky and pixelated, but hey, at least it's not choppy. Let's take care of those dog-looking aliens. Oh yeah, this is a two-shot shotgun. Must have been after the high-capacity assault shotgun ban. Not very useful when you're fighting off a bunch of aliens. But we got money laying around in random containers, ammo in garbage cans. This game is the ultimate loot fest. Some more baddies trying to take my loot. Nobody gets my loot. Especially not with my world's slowest firing submachine gun. So after an extensive round of testing, I think we can safely conclude that yes, you could game on the 790GX graphics chipset as long as you were playing games from 2008 and earlier at 720p resolution, low settings, and you're content with mostly 30 frames per second. Or in other words, if you're a console gamer. But when the year 2009, 2010 rolled around and games became more demanding, then the 790GX really began to struggle to get any kind of playable performance. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.